What's good, everybody? It's your boy Showtime. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Good morning, man. We got a we got a trade. We got a trade on the docket, man. We got to talk about real quick. So the little Elvis trade is officially went down. Here's the shocker, though, y'all. Lil she got traded to the Connecticut Sun for Jacy Selden. Move just don't make sense to me. Let me pull up this trade real quick. Let me pull this up real quick. Hit the like buttons you come in. Uh, this move just don't make sense to me, bro. Alright, so I need to break down. Shout out to everybody. Shout out come in, hit the like button. But some of these trades just don't be making no sense, bro. I ain't gonna lie. I am not gonna hold you on this. This one right here, it's kind of one of those weird ones. So she go from one team that's log jam in the front court to a whole nother team that's log jam. Make sense. So how in the hell does this trade make sense for the Connecticut Sun? See, she played the same position. She played the same position as Nisa Moore. Is they gonna move Nisa Moore? Now, the little she got traded to Connecticut Sun for Jacy Selden and the rights to swap the Washington's 2026 first round pick, which go on supposed to go to Minnesota, for Connecticut's first round pick. New York, I think New York. I think so is this Washington pick Minnesota's pick? Matter of fact, let me do the WNBA breakdown. I'm going to underdog. Underdog. What up, y'all? What up, y'all? So boom. And this ain't even the full breakdown. Ain't no picks involved. There's picks involved. Hold on. Hold on. We gotta do a little bit more digging. We gotta do a little bit more digging. I need to know the picks. So Leah Elwoods, okay. So basically, okay. Then I just look at it. So basically, it's the pick swaps. Basically, yeah. So we got the right to swap Washington's 2026 first round pick for Connecticut 2026 first round pick, which they got from New York. That sounds familiar. That Connecticut pick, that New York pick go to Connecticut. What trade was that? I can't remember. That sounds familiar. I can't remember what trade that was. How they got that pick. But do this move make sense for both teams? Now Washington got Georgia Moore coming in next year, but you can't put Jacy Selden in the backcourt. Okay, I kind of can understand it a little bit because Jacy Selden is a different kind of guard than Georgia Moore. Jacy Selden more defensively. Georgia Moore, she's going to be the point guard, so I can kind of see that. Um, but again, how does this move make sense for Aaliyah Edwards though? Aaliyah Edwards played a four just like Nisa Moore. Some need trades. I don't know. Is they playing a Nisa Moore? Is they trying to play Aaliyah Edwards at the 5. If that's what I'm getting at, is that what they getting at? They putting that at the 5. It was in the cloud trade. Okay, I figured. I figured it sounds familiar. Y'all sure it's the cloud trade? Cause it was like a multi. I think y'all right. I think y'all right about that. Cause we just saw that not long ago. So yeah. So pretty much pick swaps was involved, and I don't think they gave up their own. Yeah, they didn't give up their own draft picks. So I'm just I still wish Leah Edwards would end up on a team like Dallas. You know, I would rather end up on a team like Dallas. Um, Aaliyah Edwards and Anissa Moore, man, they play the same. They play. I feel like they kind of in each other way a little bit. I don't really like the trade for Leah Edwards going to Connecticut. You got too many young players. Too many young players that pretty much can put up 15 and 10 on any team if you get them the opportunity. So you kind of they're kind of getting each other way with this one. So I don't really understand this trade. I think Jacy Selden. I like the Mystics getting Jacy Selden though, to replace Slim. That's not bad. I think Washington low key cooking a little bit. They future is bright. Shakira Austin, Kiki Austin, Sonya Citron, they about to L some stuff up, man. They got Jacy Selden, Georgia Moore next year. Then he got picks. See, they got flexibility. They got draft capital. They got young talent. Like this, that's how you do it. That's how you do it if you're trying to rebuild, right? When you're trying to rebuild, you want to get as many assets. You want many young players and many draft picks you can get. That's how you rebuild. So my question is though, is they gonna play? My only question is they gonna play Aaliyah Edwards at the 5? That's the only way this gonna make sense. I just wish. Okay, that's fine. You put at the 5, need some more at the 4. Cool. I just want Aaliyah Edwards. Me personally, outside of Dallas, I want Aaliyah Edwards on a veteran team. I just feel like she need to play with a team with vets, and that's gonna give her the opportunity she's on the team she can start. It didn't work out that way. I just wish, hopefully everybody benefit from this move though. Hopefully, I know Jacy Selden going to Washington. I don't think people understand that's a nice move right there, and they got Olsen over there too. But look, I'm starting Jacy Selden on Olsen. Jacy Selden will balance out your line though. You'll have Jacy Selden and Sonya Citron as your perimeter defenders. That's nice. That's some good balance right there. That's some good balance. I like that. That's very appealing for a young team that's on the come up. That's a nice move. I like that. And then, a lot of people been complaining about Anissa Moore. They say, oh, Anissa Moore too small. I think Anissa Moore, her motor and her athleticism make up for her height. She might be 6'1", 6'2", but I think if long as she has a consistent mid-range jumper, she'll be fine. She just gotta have a consistent jumper, have ability to space the floor to make up her lack of size at her position. She'll be okay. Because her ability to rebound, I mean, look, she can rebound the ball. She can rebound the ball. She's not the strongest defender. She's 6'11". I don't think she's 6'11". I think she's 6'1". Look, that looks more 6'1" to me. She ain't that damn short. She ain't that short. Lisa Moore like 6'1". Lisa Moore I think she's 6'1". She can't be that short. But still though, you can use Anissa Moore is she has value in this league. Her ability, all she got to do is had ability to space the floor. Again, space the floor, can knock down a jumper, and can rebound. She ain't even got to be a stout defender like that. Just off that she'll have a role in the WNBA. And if Connecticut don't believe in her like that, because maybe they her lack of height concerns them. That's why they got Leah Edwards. I just prefer Leah Edwards at the 4 more than the 5, y'all. Me personally, I think she's more of a 4 than a 5. I don't really love her playing the 5 long term. I don't like it. I Nah, I don't like it. I prefer her playing a different position. Whatever, Shane. So I don't think Misses need a point guard. I would have killed Leah. Well, you can put her at the you can put her at the 2 though. Jacy Selden's not really like a she's not like a point guard. You can put Jacy Selden at the 2, off guard. She's not really like a I don't think got to play as a point guard. She could be a man. She can be your best perimeter defender. She's a piss. Pick pick you up 94 feet and can space the floor. Jacy Selden, what she got to work on is that 3-point shot. She get a consistent 3-point shot, and she has the ability to make shots. But if she can get that thing to close to 37% every single year, she gonna get a lot. She gonna get paid a whole lot of money. She don't get paid a whole lot of money because her defense and her ability to make shots. Jacy Selden got upside. I like Jacy Selden. She got length. Again, we seen what she do on film, what she did at Ohio State, her impact at Dallas. They won a lot of games. You saw like the talent, the two-way ability is there. You know. What up, nigga Justin? What up, nigga? What up? Y'all hit the like button, man. 42 like, hit the like button. Smash the like button. But how y'all feel about Leah Edwards? Leah Edwards, we knew this day was gonna come. Washington, they drafted Kiki. I low-key feel like they ain't give Leah Edwards an opportunity though. It felt like to me they ain't really giving no opportunity. They gave up on Leah Edwards. Y'all dropped Leah Edwards over Angel. Y'all took her over Angel. And I don't know if they looked at Angel and said, damn, Angel playing way better than Leah Edwards. We might have made a mistake and just gave up on her. I don't know what's that about, but I don't even feel like they really gave her a real opportunity. I think last year, she was a rookie, still trying to figure out the WNBA game. This year, she was hurt, so she didn't really get an opportunity to show that she grew as a player because of the large jam front court. So I think they just really did her a favor at the end of the day. And I think they looked at Kiki. Hey, Kiki's all-star day one. So, hey, we'll roll with Kiki and Shakira Austin. Austin tall. She was the top pick in the 22 draft. So, yeah, they're going to ride with her. So I can understand why they did it. They got Stephanie Dawson as a veteran. So we still got names out there too, though. We still got names out there too, like Marina Mabry. Satu, what's going on with Satu? There are rumors out there that Satu may not be happy. She may get traded. So we still got moves out there that ain't been made yet. The trade deadline is a day. Trade deadline is today. So we still got other moves out there that need to be made. Uh I would get this the Washington Mystics at the trade deadline. I think Washington Mystics they get an A. Cause Slim asked to be traded. Cause some people felt I was looking at a lot of people tweets yesterday. It was like, man, Washington's stupid for trading Slim. We're gonna find out Slim wanted out. Slim wanted out, and they granted her request. You know what they did? They got younger. When you trade, a all-star level player like her, so one-time all-star, multiple-time defensive player, she got a resume. You trade her, it's best to go out there and get a young piece in return. They got Clark, but they also got pick. They got a pick in return, so that'll work. You know, so I don't like that's a good deal. And then they got Jacy Selden. Again, even if they say, well, we don't want to keep Sheldon, we don't want to keep Georgia Moore, we don't want to keep, we want to trade Olsen or some other player to go out there and get a one big piece, they can do that too. And they still got Chicago pick. So see what I'm saying? Like they open up the realm of possibilities of doing whatever they want. Yeah, they rebuilding, right? But they can do whatever they want. See, they got option A, option B, and option C. That's how you rebuild, man. It's not that difficult, man. It's not that difficult. I'm thinking the fact that most of the league is free agents after next year with the expansion teams coming in. Teams are positioning themselves for the aftermath. That could be true too. That's a good take. Absolutely. Teams know that you got two expansion teams coming in. There's gonna be some players these teams won't be able to protect. So that's why that does make sense for certain teams. You like, why would they trade for this player? We already got that player. Well, they might lose their other player. So, it makes sense. It makes sense. You got to keep that in mind too. And that definitely makes sense. Perfect sense. Again though, whoever Washington don't see, I'm pretty sure like Washington, they cool with losing Olsen. They cool with losing Stephanie Dawson. Probably. Because they do need if I was them though, I would well, you can't protect everybody. But again, they can afford to lose Stephanie Dawson, replace her. I love Stephanie Dawson as a backup center. She big, got experience, can space the floor. I would love to have us a backup five, me personally. That ain't some she a player that you can replace, but it's always good to have a player with size like that can space the floor. You know, having a big body like that in the paint, that's always good to have. Um, they got players on their team though that they can afford to lose and they'll be okay. So that's again, they smart. That's just good business sense. That make this makes good business sense at the end of the day. Um, Connecticut, is they gonna trade Mabry? We'll see. We got like 3 hours, 4 hours. We're gonna see if they trade Marina Mabry. If I was them, I'd do it. You better trade Mabry while you can and get some back in return. I definitely trade Mabry. Said they would lose Melbourne expansion. Yeah, but Melbourne ain't no major piece like that. They can Melbourne ain't Melbourne ain't nothing special though. Ain't nothing special about her. She cool. She straight, but ain't nothing special. Ain't nothing special, man. They can afford to lose. Satu ain't going anywhere. I think she'll play out this year. This year on 1 year deal and test free agency. I would keep Satu. I'll keep Satu. I would. I wouldn't trade Satu. I wouldn't trade Satu. You came in training camp with Satu. See, I don't like you have a team like Phoenix. They came in training camp. They already built a, you know what I'm saying, they already got an identity, right? They know what's what. That they just needed to get healthy. The problem is they brought in DeWanda Bonner, and some people saying she don't like the fact they brought in DeWanda Bonner, and you can kind of tell like it's kind of throwing the team off a little bit. Now that can all be worked out. The coach, and I talked about this with the coach. The coach, he can't force DeWanda Bonner into the rotation like that. He gotta slowly work her in a little bit because you can mess up the morale of the team by doing that. You can't be having her start and playing all these minutes. You taking away minutes from players that helped you get to where you at right now. So yeah, that one made sense to me anyway. That's why I was saying when they made the trade, I think he need to slowly work her in because you just left another team. You ain't want to be there, and they accept y'all in. So how the players probably even knew nothing about it till after the fact. So they was already putting in work. So I feel some kind of way too if I'm already putting in work and we already got our rotation down pat. We know how to play with each other, and somebody else come in off another team and they coming in taking shots away. I feel some way too. That makes sense. That happens in professional sports. That happens. You see that a whole lot in the NBA. So all these rookies are cool. Look, man, I think this move right here again, the Aaliyah Edwards trade. I just want Connecticut to value her, value Aaliyah Edwards, put players on the team. I'm not saying she's gonna be a franchise player. That's I don't think she earned that yet. I just want. I noticed something about these WNBA teams. They get young players. They draft young players based off what they did in college, but when they get into the WNBA, you don't use them the same way they were used in college. I noticed that. You draft these players based off of what they skill set and what they did in college, and then you use them totally different. What's your point of drafting them? What's your point of signing that player or trading for them? And if you want to invest in a piece like Jacy Selden, it's on the right. They use Aaliyah Edwards the right way. But you gotta develop her, man. She's a good player. She's a good player. Yes, sir, Foolan. Your eyes not lying to you. What's let me see Minnesota. What's their record? Let me pull this up. Let me see. WNBA standings. So we got so right now Washington is 10th. So they out of the playoffs. So Washington out of the playoffs. Vegas moved up to 7 after last night. The Valkyries 14 and 15. And then the Valkyries play the Sparks this weekend. By Monday, we do Star Who Central. Sparks are going to be in the playoff picture. They're gonna be number 8 I think it's likely they're going to be number 8. I actually predicted Washington was going to fall beginning of the year. I said at some point in the year they gonna fall off because they're a young team. That's usually what young teams will do. Some teams that get out to these good starts, but ain't no scouting report going. Ain't no scouting report out. You feel what I'm saying? Once teams put the book on you, it's okay. This is what they don't like to do. This is their bad habits. So we do this, do that. We got a good chance of winning. So Washington does, even with Slim, they had a lot of bad habits. Um, a bunch of bad shots. Shakir Austin getting foul trouble a whole lot, undisciplined on defense. Now that you got rid of Slim, they definitely finna fall off a cliff. I definitely think they gonna be like probably 10th or 9th. Probably, and you know what? They may end up 9th because the Valkyries losing Caleb Thornton, that's a big loss. I think Washington's better than them. I think Chicago and Dallas gonna finish at the bottom, and Chicago might finish at the bottom because right now they 8-21, Dallas 8-22, and Dallas actually playing solid. They're playing decent. They just went up against New York. They beat New York and they lost New York. So, but I think the Sparks gonna get that last. They gonna get that 8 seed. Yeah, they gonna get the 8 seed. That's what it's looking like, y'all. For real, for real. Because Washington, I don't expect them to win. Unless Jacy Selden have that big of an impact, which she can play some defense, but again, it's hard to win with a team full of young players. It's tough. You saw Washington looked against Chicago. Like they just traded their leader. Them girls look like they lost their identity against Chicago. People don't understand like how big of a blow it is when you come in training camp with the team. You come in training camp with a team, everybody know their role, and then a big piece get hurt on most teams, I would say. Most teams. Because some players in the way. But most teams, when you create an identity, you get out to a good start, and then a big piece get hurt or get traded, man, that kill your whole morale. They kill your whole morale. You got to start complete over, play a different style. Yeah, I think Washington's going to end up 9th. Falcons going to end up 10th. Chicago and Dallas going to fight for the worst team in the league. Do they keep Jacy Selden? Yeah, I would keep Jacy Selden, put her at the 2. Because Georgia Moore small. You got to think about this. Georgia Moore, like 5'6". She's small. She more offensive. So I would play Jacy Selden at the 2. I'm putting her at the 2. I'm putting Georgia Moore at the 1. Citron at the wing. Kiki and Shakir Austin at the 4 and the 5. Shit. Yep. Now I tell y'all, look, when I was telling y'all yesterday though. Oh yeah, I forgot about Connecticut. My bad. I forgot about Connecticut. Connecticut 13. I'm tripping. I forgot about them. I had to scroll all the way down. They down there. Lonely as hell. 5-23. Damn. I forgot about them. Somebody finna get Lauren Bettis. That's all I know. Georgia Moore would get waived unless she. Why would they waive Georgia Moore? Georgia Moore was a top 5 pick. they before they wave up, they gonna see if they can invest in her first. I was surprised Georgia Moore went that high though. I ain't gonna lie, bro. I did not expect her to go that high in the draft. That was surprising. I ain't gonna lie. It's I don't know. Lauren Bell is slow. We'll see. Yeah, I'm saying though. Look, this is what I'm saying. That's true. I'm saying they gonna play Georgia Moore and see if she's on word of keeping long term before they waive. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, we know top picks get waived, but I'm saying they gonna see what they got in her before they get rid of her because she tore ACL. So next year they gonna bring her back. They not gonna just waive her this offseason. They gonna bring her back, play her, see what she got. Now if she go a whole season and I don't do nothing, then yeah, I can see them waive. They view Australian women players highly in the WNBA. Yeah, NBA too. NBA too. Mm-hmm. NBA. Patty Mills, man, you had no idea. Monjanova, man. NBA, they love Australian players. Europeans anyway, but like, hell yeah. Australia has some intelligent basketball players. Mm-hmm. But y'all, we'll be back in a couple hours. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Go to the channel, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think about this. Aaliyah was moved to Connecticut for Jacy Selden. I'm out here.